First up tonight, we are tracking these rapidly growing wildfires. Here's a look at where some of the biggest ones are burning right now in the state, and new fires are also popping up. They've been doing that for the past several days, but crews say the good news is that they are getting a handle on some of these fires. As these fires continue to burn, of course, a big concern is our air quality as well. So here's a look at the Oregon Department of Environmental Quality's website. You can see a lot of green there. That's good. But because fire season is starting so early this year, this could obviously change fast. Officials say unhealthy air quality across our state could become more common as well. Fox 12's Audrey WEIL explains.
Right now in Portland, the air quality is good, even with fires burning in other parts of the state. Now, last year was the first time that Portland ever saw very unhealthy and hazardous air quality days. This new report that came out today not only details what we saw last year, but also a trend over time.
There are so many reasons we will never forget 2020. In Oregon, one being the tragic devastation from historic wildfires. On top of that, for days, the air was thick and heavy with smoke like we'd never seen before.
You could see the film on the windows here and stuff, so that's going in your lungs.
Now the Oregon Department of Environmental Quality's latest wildfire smoke trends report shows the number of unhealthy air quality days caused by wildfires are increasing across the state. I asked Susan Mills with DEQ if 2020 was an outlier. She says it's possible, but they don't think so.
If we continue along this current path, we're going to see more drought and more wildfires across our state. And that means that the frequency and severity of the unhealthy days due to wildfire smoke are also going to increase.
As a reminder, the air quality index ranges from good to hazardous. For its report, DEQ looked at air quality trends in 24 Oregon communities. As one example, before 2015, dating back to 1985, Portland had never had a day with air quality that was unhealthy for sensitive groups or worse. But from 2015 to 2020, Portland had 23 days that were unhealthy for sensitive groups or worse. Then in 2020, for the first time, there were 3 very unhealthy days and 5 hazardous days. Last year, we saw a later, shorter, but more intense wildfire season. This year, an earlier start.
Unless we're very careful, we could see wildfire across the whole summer and possibly into the fall, which means that we will experience more unhealthy days of smoke.
A concern for all of us because these very small particles can get deep into the lungs, causing coughing, chest pain, and asthma attacks, and increasing the risk of heart and lung disease.
And some things to keep in mind when it comes to wildfire smoke. Those cloth masks we've been wearing during the pandemic will not filter those tiny smoke particulates. You need an N95 or a B100 respirator mask for that, according to DEQ. They also recommend a HEPA filter for your home. Reporting in Northwest Portland, Audrey WEIL, Fox 12 Oregon.